I recorded more than 5 minutes, but I did it as a video note and it was too long to post. So here goes take two. My update is that I finished my cleanse standard purification process practice yesterday, and now I'm in my post cleanse mode. And my next venture is that I am going to do a 6-week shred that is free. I did have to pay money, but the money gets refunded uh, if I achieve my goals, and I will achieve my goals, which is either you can achieve a weight loss goal, you can achieve a um, body fat loss goal. Actually, they say release because release is permanent. Loss means maybe you'll find it again. We don't want to find it again. And then there are a couple of other goals. If you're interested in that program, it's called Gravity Transformation. Hit me up and I'll give you the website to it. And also, I'm starting at, I think I said on August 1st. Also, August 1st, I'm starting a fundraiser for the American Cancer Society. I will swim for 5 miles and raise funds. So if you want to contribute to that, I can give you a link to contribute to that effort. And then I started talking about, I'm in a sewing cohort, which is really amazing. It's 5 weeks. I haven't had not touched a sewing machine in 53 years. When I was in 10th grade in home economics, and I made a pantsuit. And the beautiful thing about this cohort, in addition to learning how to sew, and I attended one class, we unboxed uh, a new sewing machine, and at the end of 5 weeks, we get to take that new sewing machine home with us. So I'm very excited about that. And I'm sure the big thing, 7 days. I have 2 shows coming up. First, a show on the 4th, and then 2 weeks later, a show on the 18th at the Marsh in San Francisco. You can be in person or you can do it online, and I'm in final rehearsals for that. It's already written. The other title was Grief. Grief is a Mess. And I said Grief is a Mess because I have this wonderful book, Grief is a Mess, which is probably you can't see because it's a mirror image, but I have the website in there. It was written and illustrated by Jackie Schuld. And this book really works well for me. I will just read the intro, and she says, "For my mom, I still cannot believe I have to live the rest of my life without you. Thank you for loving me unconditionally, showing me how to laugh amidst I can talk pain, and encouraging me to use my skills to help others. I love you more." The first part of it starts, grief is a mess. Someone tried to tidy it up with 5 stages: denial, anger, depression, bargaining, acceptance. Just to show you some of her wonderful illustrations. Get this book. It helped tremendously. And just by way, when starting in January of 2023, my 96-year-old aunt died. I knew she was in hospice. I knew she was dying. She's in Oklahoma. I talked to her on the phone in July 4th, 2023. Also, my father called me to tell me the end is near. And I got to see him a lot between July 4th and Super Bowl Sunday 2024 when he passed. Then at some time, and I don't remember, my 85-year-old aunt was placed in hospice, and I got to do a FaceTime with her. Actually, it was through Facebook, a video call, and she said to me something extremely remarkable, which was, "Do not be sad when I'm gone, because I'll be raining down blessings on you and your family." Uh, so to have these three extraordinary people pass with such grace and I'm sorry, I use it, to die with such grace and dignity, um, really was a blessing to me. And then in around October, a very dear friend, family member, younger than myself, called me on the phone to tell me she was transitioning. And this woman, I had taken to cancer treatments, and she rang the bell and was cancer free, but the cancer came back. And she was dying, and I sat with her while she was in the hospital, and then went with her when she went to hospice, and chose not to see her while when she died, but I was there the day before she died, and the extraordinary gift she gave to me, and I wrote about it and said she died as she lived her life in love and caring about other people. Um, and her name was Charlotte Smith, or is Charlotte Smith. And then in April of this year, on my birthday, April 3rd, I had an acquaintance call and tell me that she told me her name is Clea. She told me that she had 2 weeks. She told me, I'm sorry, she told me she had 6 months to live, but that wasn't accurate. And I think she knew it at the time. And she said she was calling me, as I said, she was an acquaintance, to prepare me, and she didn't want me to find out, to be surprised by her death. And I think that the other reason she called me was to reconnect me with our mutual friend, to make sure that we would be there to support one another. And that mutual friend, um, actually came up for her celebration of life, and she and her wife stayed with me. So that was just a beautiful thing as well. Um, and now the situation I'm in now is that I have another very, very close friend, someone that I love, as I loved all these people and still love these people, um, is dying. And um, I had to, not had to, I had the privilege, is the way that I want to say it, of telling other people about what's going on with this person. Um, and Fortunately, I spoke to them very recently, less than a week ago, and we've always expressed our love for one another, and I did during that last communication as well. And now they cannot communicate. So just prayers up for them and their family. So during the first part, I think, particularly after my father died, I got a bunch of books on grief. I got 365 days of prayer for grief and loss, and these were really very much a comfort for me. They were daily, all daily reads. I got 365 days of understanding your grief. Um, and then I got Grief One Day at a Time, 365 meditations to help you heal after loss. And I also got Grief Day by Day, simple practices and daily guidance for living with loss. And these really worked well for me for a while, and I included them in my spiritual practices. And then they didn't work for me. So I stopped using them. And then someone mentioned this book, Grief is a Mess, which I started using and really resonates with me uh, through the illustrations and through the realism. And it's not a daily read. However, if you wanted, it would take you maybe 5 minutes to read it. So you could read it every day. You could read it multiple times a day. But this is the thing that works for me. And in fact, I think I might um, uh, release all the other books on grief. So I just wanted to share that with you. And um, the other thing that I continue to do is express my gratitude for everything in my gratitude journal, um, and continue to live my life and to pour love over everything. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching this. Let me know if you have any comments or thoughts or questions. And I'll see you next time, maybe at a Valkyries game. Ciao. Blessings.